Hi guys, it's Carolyn and Malia, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make this dress. You start off by watching this video, and if you like the dress that you see in the video, you can then go online to purchase your pattern pieces at www.carolynbaxter.co.uk. You then follow the instructions in the video that shows you the step-by-step actions taken to make this dress. Now I've sewn that line across there, I'm going to turn it back round so that the two wrong sides are facing out the way, and I'm going to now sew a centimetre along there, and that keeps that raw edge inside there. And once you've sewn along there, this is what it should look like now. Now you're going to take pattern piece 3, which is the skirt pattern piece, and place it on your fabric. You're putting this on the fold, which means the fabric is folded over, and this is the fold here. We're going to pin in place and cut out. Now we're going to take the edges, and once again we're going to fold them over once and fold them over again to trap in all the seams like we did earlier. Now you're going to take your big remaining piece of fabric and cut off any excess to make it into one big rectangle again. Now you've got your top half on the mannequin, we can work on the bottom half. So we've got our big square piece of fabric now. And what I'm going to do now is fold it in half like this, and I'm going to put a pin where the fold is, so that marks the middle of the fabric, like so. We're going to take our big piece of fabric where we've marked with the pin in the centre, and we're going to hold that up against ourselves now, putting the centre of the fabric in line with the centre of your body. You're then going to turn round and mark with 2 pins where the fabric needs to meet for it to fit your body. So we're going to put 1 pin on this side and 1 pin on this side of the fabric. When you take it off, that will show you how wide the fabric has to be to fit around your body. Take that down, fold your fabric over again, and we're going to lay it flat on the floor. Now we've got our fabric on the floor. This is the centre here where I've folded it over, and this is where I marked with the pin. So this is going to be the area that will fit around your waist. Now I'm going to add another 5 inches onto that measurement, so I'm going to measure 5 inches with the ruler from where we marked with the pin, and I'm going to mark that with a pin just here, so that's going to give us another 5 inches to add as a dart. So that's now the area that's going to fit around your waist, with a couple of darts on there as well. Once you've marked out the waist size, you're then going to measure along the bottom about 24 or 25 inches, and you're going to then cut a straight line from where you marked the waist all the way down to the 25 inches. Now I'm going to use a tailor's chalk to draw my line I'm going to be cutting. Cut up with the scissors. You're then going to go around all the edges again, ironing 1 centimetre over and folding over again and sewing so that you're trapping in all the raw seams. Now you've got the bottom part of your dress, lay it out in front of you, fold it over, and now you're going to measure 23 inches up from the bottom of your fabric and going to mark it with a pin. You're then going to measure 9 inches from the top and mark that with a pin also. This area here is going to be the area that you're going to sew together. Up here is going to be where we're going to put the zip in, and down here we're going to insert another piece of fabric into there so that you can walk easily with the skirt on. Now when you're sewing the area between these two pins that we marked out on the skirt, make sure that you're folding the dress round the other way so that both of the right sides of the fabric are facing each other. That way, when you turn it back round, the seams will be in the inside of the dress. I've sewed it along here now, and I'm going to flip it round back the way that I want it. And you can see the seam has disappeared. Now you're going to take pattern piece shell 3, which you cut earlier, the triangle, and insert it in to the 23-inch gap you've left at the bottom of the dress. So I've pinned in this insert now into the back of the dress, and I'm getting ready to sew it in place. Now I've got the bottom of my grey dress, I'm going to put it onto the mannequin and show you how to sew it. Now I've taken my dress and I've pinned it back on the mannequin. I've lined up the front of the middle of the skirt with the middle of the mannequin, and I've pinned the two back bits in line with the band. So as you see, we'll have a bit of excess here, and this is where we're going to put the pleats in. Now there's a few options for pleat. You can put a pleat either side here, make sure it's nice and symmetric, and that just kind of flows into the centre, that detail. I'm just going to jazz it up a little bit. Mine, I have actually put my pleat in here, so it's just a case of taking your dress like this and putting a little pleat in this area, which leaves you with these little cut out areas here that are going to be a nice feature. Now, when working out these pleats, the best thing to do is to put the dress on yourself so that you can work out how much of the pleat to fold back. This is where a little bit of fitting comes into play, just to get the dress perfect. So to keep these pleats, I'm just going to have to put a few hand stitches in here to keep it nice and neat. And then this is the area that we're going to attach to the waistband. So I'm using just a little hand stitch, a little slip stitch, which means that I'm not coming right through the fabric, I'm just sewing behind that seam so that you can't see. Now it's time to sew this section here onto the underneath of your band, and it's just a case of lining up the middle of your band with the middle point on your centre of the skirt and pinning in place, and then you would sew along this line here that you already have, and that would hold the dress together. So I've pinned it now, as you see, and now I'm going to sew all the way along here. To make my dress that little bit more special, I have added some nice beadwork. Now, I bought my beads and crystals from josierose.com, and I hand sewed them all on just to add that little bit of bling. All you have to do now is add your zip into the back of the dress, and I'm going to use an invisible zip so that the seam's nice and neat and you won't see any zip appearing in the back. You'll need an 11 or 12-inch zip to fit in to the back of the dress. All that's left to do is to hand stitch the waistband together along here and along the top. And at the bottom of the dress, you just need to hem it, so you're going to go round and sew the hem like so. And there you have it, your very own beautiful red carpet dress. If you enjoyed my video, then watch out for more videos on my website www.carolinebaxter.co.uk.